What is up, guys? I'm your friendly neighborhood web war fanatic, and today I'll be ranking every single hero in Marvel Champions by which aspect I like playing them the most in. This list is entirely subjective. It's not going to be, what is the strongest aspect for each hero, but just personally what I like to play them in the most. And oftentimes that might be what I personally think is the strongest aspect. Sometimes yes, sometimes no, just, whatever synergies, whatever is fun for that hero. So yeah, without further ado, let's go and just hop into it here. So let's start off with She-Hulk here from the core set. And I really like playing She-Hulk. I've said this many times on the channel. I love her in the pull aspect. Huge shouts to Ritzy Rios, one of my channel members. I shout them out every single time I mention a She-Hulk here because I had not realized the synergies for She-Hulk in the pull aspect. Almost every single card from Not My Responsibility is similar to I Object, right? Mitigating threat. You have the healing factor to help her heal up for her focus rage, where she has to take damage to draw cards, right? Everything kind of just balances out each other. You have the stick to itiveness to give her extra ready so that she can play her 1-2 punch and get even more readies. I love She-Hulk. I love her in the pull aspect. Tons of fun. Next, let's do Tony Stark Iron Man here. And I think that Iron Man is pretty much going to be the strongest in protection, right? But I personally like to play him in the justice aspect. I think that arguably protection, works really well with Iron Man, of course, because of all those tech upgrades. But justice, there's something fun about flipping down to Tony Stark and getting built out while trying to hang out in your alter ego. Something that I really like about that. So just for that reason, in my own personal playstyle, I do like Tony a little bit more in Justice than in Protection, but of course, Protection is really fun, Protection is really strong, and there's so much synergy for him in Protection. I don't really like to lean into the Repulsor Blast or the Energy Resources, so that kind of works better for Justice as well, leaning to Moon Girl and the Mental Resource Synergy for his Rocket Boots to help him gain Aerial. Next, we have T'Challa here. I am not sure which aspect I like him in. I think with the release of Shuri Black Panther, I probably like T'Challa in leadership now, just because I really like the Dora Milaje ally. I like him with, I like them with T'Challa. I think it's a fun, unique combo. Although they don't necessarily have any like direct synergies, I like just having a bunch of cards with specials in play with the Black Panther upgrades and with the Dora Milaje ally. So I think that's pretty unique. So yeah, probably leadership. I think for Black Panther. Next we have Hawkeye. Ooh, this is a weird one. I actually really like Hawkeye in protection. And I'm not sure why. I think that he's arguably very weak in every single aspect. Maybe aggression is best for him to, boost his tempo. But with the readies in protection to help him ready up so that he can exhaust himself to ready up his bow, to play more attack events, or just to ready up to use his amazing attack stat of 2+1, because he gets +1 attack with the bow. So he can buff his attack a lot. Yeah, I think protection is my favorite go-to for Hawkeye. Next we have Rocket Raccoon. Rocket, ooh, I like him a lot in justice, protection, and leadership. I think I'm gonna go for. Ooh, it's a tough one. It's a tough one because you have repurposed leadership here with Rocket, which is really cool, and you also have leadership here with Suit Up and Moon Girl. I think I like Suit Up and Moon Girl more. And you know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and put which archetype I like playing them more in, right? Like if I like Rocket, leadership Rocket more than leadership Black Panther, I'll put it up like this, right? Um, I don't, the Dora Milaje, I have not explored that a lot, but actually I'm really excited for that. So let's actually leave Black Panther here as number one in leadership, because Dora Milaje Black Panther, very thematic, very fun. Love the specials. Next we have Captain Marvel here. Well, it's Rocket. I don't know. This list is all messed up. We have Captain Marvel next, also from the core set. And Spider-Man's after, so we had Rocket before. Okay, it's fine. Doesn't matter. Okay, so Captain Marvel here. She's gonna go. Where do I like playing her in? I like her in leadership. I think just classic leadership, Captain Marvel. Tons of card draw. I mean, more Maria Hill on top of her commander, drawing everybody a card. I think in multiplayer it's fun too to help everyone draw. She's definitely fun and versatile in like pretty much every aspect. I think leadership is my way to go with Captain Marvel, and I'll put her above Black Panther. I do think card draw Captain Marvel is tons of fun in leadership. Next we have Spider-Man Peter Parker, my favorite hero in Marvel Champions. Oh, this is so tough. Oh man, my Weaving Threads deck with Suit Up and Moon Girl, I like that a lot with Spider-Man, but at the same time, I think Justice Spider-Man is just a classic, right? It's his core set precon, being able to flip down to Art Ego. But then with the new card ready for a fight, the thing is, I have not tried that with Peter Parker yet. I really want to try that with him. I expect we're ready for a fight. Protection jumps way up for me for Peter Parker Spider-Man because it allows him to flip down to Alter Ego. But I think for now, it's going to stay in Justice. I think just being able to flip down to Alter Ego, be Peter Parker, use Scientist, create some stuff to help you flip back over, don the mask, and defeat the villain. I just love the mask of that, flipping down to alter ego, and then using being injustice to help you easily flip down. Playing strong allies like Moon Girl, recruiting them, and then flipping back over to hero form. I love the dynamic between alter ego and hero form, and I think Spider-Man Peter Parker really embodies all of that. So yeah, I think Justice is my favorite way to play Spider-Man. Um, and so Captain America. Ooh, Captain America. Probably, I really like him. I do like him in aggression. I think it's gonna be leadership for Cap. Let's put him above Captain Marvel. I mean, just with Mighty Avengers this year, Avengers Ally Swarm. I think just very classic, very thematic, very powerful for Captain America. I don't have anyone in aggression yet. I wonder if I have anyone as my favorite aggression, or I wonder if there's any hero that I like playing them in aggression the most, because that it kind of is. I do like aggression though, so I'm not sure. Yeah, let's just go on here. We have Miss Marvel here. I feel Miss Marvel, I think I like her the most in Justice, but I like Justice Tony more and Justice Spider-Man more. Yeah, just being able to recur her authority events, I think is pretty fun. Playing like low authority events, like clear the area, like low cost ones, and getting them back for extra benefits, like drawing more cards, I think it's a pretty good way to go with her. Thor is a tough one. Oh man, oh man. I would say, so at first I did not like Thor Marvel Champions. When the Carpo was like really only playing him in aggression. And then whenever Squared Off came out from Magneto's hero pack, I mean, Thor Leadership was one of my favorites. Thor with Protection with Squared Off is really fun. Thor with Infiltration now is really cool in Justice. But I think after playing him in these aspects, I really actually like him in Aggression now. And I realized that I just didn't know how to play Thor with the minion summoning stuff. So actually, he's going to be my first Aggression here. I think that he's most fun for me in Aggression. And, even with the limited card pool, I think Thor's actually very viable in aggression, in true solo. I have some aggression playthroughs, I think against Venom Goblin actually on my channel, with none of the newer cards. So I think Thor is really good here in aggression. Next we have Black Widow. Probably, okay, I'm gonna make a guess here. So actually, I think I have played her in protection before. I would say Justice, but because of Ready for a Fight, that card is just crazy. The new card in Silk Zero Pack, I mentioned for Peter Parker Spider-Man. Basically, it's a one cost upgrade. You have to spend a physical resource when paying for the card, but basically, whenever it's in play, whenever the enemy would scheme against you, you can flip over to hero form, and then the enemy might attack you instead, right? Which is pretty nice, allowing you to flip down and have access to that. So I have not tried her yet in protection with Ready for a Fight, but I'm gonna, in anticipation for that, I'm gonna put her in protection here because I feel like being able to flip down with Black Widow and the Ready for a Fight is a prep card. I mean, that's gotta be so good with Black Widow. Yeah, I'm gonna put her here in protection. I haven't even played her in it. I just don't really like Black Widow as a hero in Marvel Champions, so that's why I'm willing to try anything out. So I think protection might be the way to go for her with that. And Nelson did recommend it to me. A lot of you guys recommended that to me as well. So I definitely want to try her in protection the next time I play Black Widow. Next up, Doctor Strange. Ooh, that's an easy one. I love Doctor Strange in the pool aspect. Mulligan and Doctor Strange is crazy, right? Mulligan is this pool aspect event. It's a 3-cost event. When you play it, you draw up to your hand size, but you cannot play Mulligan if you have played another card during that phase. But with Doctor Strange invocations, whenever you use those invocation cards, you aren't technically playing them. You're using his hero ability to summon the invocations. So you can spend resources or whatever, get an invocation, play it, right? Not really play it, but you activate the invocation, and then you can play a mulligan, draw back up to your hand size, and then do more invocations if you can ready up and stuff like that. So I think that's really fun with Doctor Strange. I really like that build with Strange here. Next we have Hulk. Hulk I actually like in multiple aspects. I think I like him most in leadership, and I put him above Captain America. I really like leadership Hulk with Suit Up and Moon Girl. That's a very common build that I like with a lot of heroes. I think Peter Parker Spider-Man does it best, but even then I still like Justice more for Spidey. For Hulk though, yeah, I mean I think it's my favorite way to play Hulk. Just being able to build out your board, get his economy really set up with Quinn Carrier, Helicarrier, Avengers Mansion, and it's ramping up because Moon Girl is drawing so many cards and she's helping Hulk thwart, right? I really like that with Hulk. Next we have Spider-Woman Jessica Drew. Oh, this is actually, I have not considered this because she's dual aspect, right? So I guess which dual aspect do I want to include with her the most whenever I'm building with her? And it's probably actually going to be the pool aspect again, behind Doctor Strange because I am not the biggest Spider-Woman fan, but I like pool and leadership with Spider-Woman because then you can the pool allies don't take consequence damage. So you buff them up, they can activate a bunch of times, give them a bunch of readies through leadership, and then they don't take consequence damage. So if they activate a lot, it's really, really good. You just get the full value out of them instead of taking consequence damage each time they activate. So I really like that. Honor Avenger, make them Avengers, and then give them the Sky Cycle to ready them back up if they have the Avengers trait. So just really powerful Voltron allies. I think is fun with Spider-Woman. Next we have Ant-Man. Huge shout out to Evil. Ant-Man in the pool. I mean, that's my favorite way to go with that. I'm gonna put him behind She-Hulk. I like it more in Doctor Strange. Yeah, Ant-Man I think works really well in the pool aspect with those triple resources helping him to pay for his expensive upgrades and stuff, getting his helmet down. Yeah, I think that, and he can heal a lot with the healing factor as well. Ari with his healing in giant form. So I think Ant-Man is really fun in the pool aspect. Next we have Wasp here. Wasp I don't really like in any aspect. I'm not a big Wasp fan. I tried her in leadership with Suit Up and Moon Girl. Not the biggest fan of it. Tried in pool as well. Oof. Yeah, I'll put her in. I'll put her in leadership. Although I don't really like her in leadership. I don't really know. Yeah, that's just. I don't really like her at all in any aspect, so it's hard for me to. Yeah, let's put her at the bottom of leadership there. Apologies to Wasp fans. Next we have Quicksilver here. Quicksilver, I think I like him the most in Justice. Yeah, Justice Quicksilver is fun. For sure, I put him here in front of Miss Marvel. I think he's just a little bit too slow. Man, I cannot get him. Miss Marvel wants to get in front of Quicksilver. Yeah, he's not my favorite hero either, but I think that it's fun having the threat threshold to really build out. And with the Heroic Intuition, he can increase his Thwart stat. With his own upgrade, he can make it up to 3, and he can just Thwart for a ton, right? And yeah, I think he can really utilize that Thwart stat. Early game, late game, all that stuff. So yeah, Quicksilver I think is fun in Justice. And next we have Scarlet, which I actually like her in pool. I like the chaos that she combines with in the pool aspect. I'll put her around here. I think I like Doctor Strange in pool more than Scarlet Witch in pool. But yeah, I like just, I don't really like playing in that much chaos, but discarding a bunch of cards and then just getting more negative stuff with the pool aspect with the negative icons. I think it's thematic to Scarlet Witch, so I think that's kind of why I put her here in pool. But yeah, she's definitely fun in most aspects, but pool is what I prefer to play her in. Next we have Groot here. Groot. Probably Justice for Groot, right? Let me see. Aggression, no. Justice, yeah. Ooh, man. Once again, ready for a fight. It's a game changer. Do I like? I haven't played it. And he's not like Black Widow, where like I don't like him in any aspect. I actually like him in Justice, so I'm gonna put him here in Justice. Just allowing him to flip down. But once again, ready for a fight allows a lot of heroes to flip down safely, and that might be the most fun way for me to play Groot if I tried him in that. I need to try ready for a fight with like every single hero because that card is a game changer. Next we have Star-Lord here. Star-Lord, I think I just like him leadership, right? Just classic leadership Star-Lord. Yeah, and then I like him. Ooh, that's a tough one. Probably behind Hulk leadership. Hulk leadership just feels so satisfying whenever you have like a built out board. You have the Triskelion, you have 4 allies, you have like all your resource generators, and just feel rich. I think feeling rich with Hulk is one of the funnest things in Marvel Champions. So, but yeah, Star-Lord is definitely a high up here that I like in leadership a lot. Next we have Gamora. So she can include out aspect cards, but other than that, I usually just prefer to play her in Justice. I put her behind Groot here, but you can include events from other aspects whenever you're playing with her up to 6th. And I always include cut upper, but I think the main aspect I choose with her is going to be Justice. Yeah, I think just being able to do more thwarting is the most valuable thing to really carry yourself, especially in Shoe Solo, but in multiplayer as well. Next we have Drax. I don't really like Drax at all. You guys know that. He'll go in Protection, and he will be behind Black Widow. Just because I'm really anticipating Ready for a Fight to be really fun with Black Widow to allow her to flip down, get that prep card synergy. And Drax, I mean, you could argue him for leadership with Sidekick Mantis, but I think Protection is still the way to go here for Drax. On this side, Venom, Venom's another one that I should just make a category that says like heroes that I don't like in any aspect. That might be, well, there'll be all of them at the bottom of the list, right? So it's like the last one in this list. It would be like the pool aspect. I have Jessica Drew here. So like, she's probably like a hero that I don't really like in any aspect. Venom, what? Probably leadership. Yeah, I don't really know where I put him, so I just put him in leadership, I think. Yeah, I think he's fine in leadership. Yeah, I think leadership is where he goes. Adam Warlock can include a 4 aspects, so he's another multi-aspect hero like Spider-Woman. I think I always want to include him in the pool aspect, though. He's like at the forefront of that. He's going to go behind She-Hulk in the pool. I love including pool aspect with Adam Warlock. All of these can really change. I usually like to do pool, leadership, justice, and aggression, skipping on the protection stuff, but I wouldn't mind swapping one of them for protection as long as we can access the pool aspect there. I'm happy with Iron Warlock. I think he has so much synergy in pool as well with like not my responsibility, allowing him to flip down, so that he can get the heal with soul with a soul world. I like the triple resources, right? Because Iron Warlock cannot include any card in his deck, more than once, right? So you can't have like two copies of the same card. But the pool triples, they're all different cards because they have different names. So you include all three of the triples there with Warlock. I love that. And he really needs to get built out to really do his stuff. So he can really easily get built out with the pool aspect cards. So yeah, I really like him in pink. And next up, Spectrum. Spectrum is going to go... I don't know. She's not one of my favorite heroes. I think I'm going to put her in aggression here. With just Dive Bomb, right? She's one of the few heroes with the printed aerial trait, on her hero card. So she has the aerial trait no matter what you do, right? She can't really lose it. So it's cool to play her with Dive Bombs and a home technique. So yeah, she goes in aggression for me. I just have Nebula. Shouts to Nelson. He needs to make me a Nebula deck for me to really like Nebula. But for now, having the experience I have playing her, which is not that much, I probably just like her in Justice to allow her to stay down Art Ego so that she doesn't have to trigger her forced response when I don't want to trigger it. I'll put her in front of probably around Quicksilver range. Actually, I think I like her more Gamora. Should I put Gamora below Quicksilver? I think I like Quicksilver actually more than Gamora in Justice as well. So yeah, we're just gonna do it this way here. So we're gonna move Gamora down a little bit. Sorry to Gamora fans. But we have Nebula up here. Yeah, behind Groot. I think it's a spot that I like her in Justice in. I just have War Machine. Oh man, this is tough. I really like War Machine in leadership. Um, Not that much though, I guess. Behind Rocket Raccoon. But the thing is, oh man, so with War Machine and the Cyclops ally, that's tons of fun doing tons of damage. Because Cyclops can increase the damage that his short cannon will do, and you can just like double that. So that goes insane with the Cyclops ally. Nelson also made a build here. This is actually pretty recent after I did a video with Nelson, which is why I'm mentioning him a lot. Huge shouts to Nelson all over cards. Great content creator. Definitely recommend you guys go check him out. You guys probably know who he is, but I watched him play War Machine here with Ready for a Fight. Once again, Ready for a Fight is just a crazy card because with War Machine, with his upgraded Chastis, I think is the name of that card, when he flips up to hero form, he can get a tough stats card, so that's really powerful. Man, am I going to put him here even though I haven't even played him in protection? Yeah, I'm going to put him here even though I have not played him in protection. I'm going to put him above Black Widow. Actually, above Hawkeye. No, yeah, above Hawkeye. We'll do it like this. Because, I mean, War Machine leadership I already like, but he's cool in Justice too with Float like a Butterfly. But I think in front of Hawkeye. Yeah, I mean, War Machine's pretty cool. Yeah, I think getting the tough with Ready for Fight and then being able to access Alter Ego to get more ammo counters, I think is really going to be good with War Machine. So I really want to try out that build as well. There's a lot of builds I really want to try out. Next we have Valkyrie here. Valkyrie, I think easy, just aggression here, behind Thor. And where she go with Spectrum? I think in front of Spectrum. Yeah, I mean, it's just your typical minion slayer Valkyrie. I think she works best in aggression. She can do some other stuff right with squared off in leadership, but I'm not the biggest fan of Valkyrie in leadership actually. Not sure why. I think it's just like the building out and the ally stuff with her is not as fun as with Thor, because Thor can really easily get his economy out and get a bunch of allies out. And I feel like Valkyrie doesn't do that as well. She just really wants to kill minions more than really build out her board. I just have Vision. Vision, let me think. Vision's a tough one. Where am I? I recently played a Psychic Vivian game with Vision. I actually really like that. So I'll put him in the leadership. I mean, I don't like it that much. So behind Rocket Raccoon, but more of these guys that I don't like. Yeah, I mean, okay, so like I like all these leadership builds up here. And I like all these pool builds down here. It's just really like the last one in a spot that I really don't like. But other than that, I'm pretty much a fan of these heroes in that aspect. And next we have Ghost Spider. Ghost Spider is actually really fun in aggression more than protection. I think protection is probably her strongest build, but I really like her in aggression. So I'll put her here in aggression in front of Valkyrie. Yeah, in front of Valkyrie, I think. If Ghost Spider can just rush, she feels very fun with a quick, rush down game. I don't really like to build out with Ghost Spider because I feel like she can't really handle the board pressure if she gets exhausted or she has to flip down to Alter Ego and stuff like that. So I just want to do a quick game with Ghost Spider, just quickly rush the villain down. I think it's fun with her. Next we have Spider-Man Miles Morales here. I think for Miles, oh man, Miles, I guess, I mean, he's really just the same and good in every single aspect. I think for just Web Warriors, actually, I do like him in protection. I'm gonna put Miles in protection here. And I really like what doesn't kill me with him. I'm not sure why. I just really like that card with Miles. I mean, it does have Spider-Man Peter Parker on the card. Yeah, I think playing him in protection is kind of fun for me, but not really leaning into protection, just really using the what doesn't kill me to get more readies. I feel like his basic activation is just so powerful with 2 Thor, 2 attack. He ready up with his double life card as well. So yeah, I think getting res with Miles is pretty fun. Ooh, next up Nova. Nova, oh man. I actually want to play more protection Nova. He's gonna go in front of War Machine behind Miles. Nova is not one of my favorite heroes, but huge shouts to Sean, who had a custom deck build request for Nova, and I built him a protection Nova deck with energy shield. And I think that's a really cool card with Nova. It's a 0 cost upgrade. You can attach it to any friendly character. So you give it to Miss Marvel, Nova's identity specific ally. And each time she takes damage with her ability, you can actually spend a energy resource. And Nova has a bunch of wilds, so you can always hit the requirement for that. And then you can just always keep Miss Marvel in play, which means you can always recur and get a Unleash Nova Force to your hand. I think that will build this consistency for Nova a lot and be very fun for him. So yeah, I'm gonna put him in aggression here because of those energy shields. Next we have Ironheart. I think she's pretty fun in a lot of aspects. Probably Justice is my go-to for her. I'll put her in front of Quicksilver. Just being able to, be an alter ego, build up your progress counts and level up, and then when you get all that, you can flip up the hero form and do your thing. Similar to Iron Man, just wanted to be in Justice to be an alter ego and get a lot of building out without the villain attacking you a lot. Next, I have Spider-Ham. Definitely in the pull aspect, I love Yoda Ham. That's my pull aspect deck with him with the laser swords, tons of readies, and then just swinging for a lot with Spider Ham, doing tons of damage in 1 turn. I love that build. Next we have Colossus. Colossus, ooh, I really love him in Justice, Protection, and Leadership. It's probably actually going to be Protection for me now. And once again, it's ready for a fight that is a game changer for a lot of these heroes, especially Colossus, because it's essentially armor up. But now, instead of risking flipping down when I don't have an armor in my hand and hoping that I draw into one, I have the ready for a fight on the table. And if I draw the armor up, I'm fine. I just play the armor up. If I don't draw it, the ready for a fight is there as a backup to always allow me to flip up to hero form, get that tough stats card, and take an attack versus having the villain scheme. So having that access to alter ego, hand size of 6 every single turn is crazy. I have a game on my channel where I play Colossus with that build, and every single turn I flipped over to alter ego, have hand size of 6 every single turn. Fuse, very nice. He fuse very rich. So yeah, definitely protection for Colossus. Shadowcat also gonna be protection, I think. I think leadership is a good way to go with her, but I think protection, just classic Shadowcat, I think is a way for her. I'm gonna put her behind Hawkeye here. Just defending with her, getting unflappable procs. Just really defending a lot, right? I think it's a solid build for Shadowcat. And next we have Spider Suit here, Penny Parker, SPDR. I'm gonna put her in pool. I love her just like Spider-Ham. Behind Warlock though, but similar, the exact same thing as Spider-Ham, just giving her the laser swords, a robot Jedi, swinging for tons of damage because her and Spider-Ham have tons of readies in their kit, just in insane amount. So I think that's really fun for her to build out, get a bunch of extra attack with the swords, and then just ready up a bunch and do like 100 damage in a turn or something like that. So she's definitely very fun in pool. And it says Cyclops. Cyclops can include X-Men allies from any aspect whenever you're deck building with him. But you do have to choose, one aspect to, include his upgrades and supports and stuff like that. I think it's pretty easy for me. Just leadership Cyclops here. I'm putting him above Hulk with Uncanny X-Men. I mean, he is the poster child for Uncanny X-Men. He works so well with those X-Men allies because he's a very support type of hero. So he supports those allies to do, tons of damage and just buffs them up and protects them and stuff like that. So definitely leadership Cyclops is my favorite way to play him. Next we have Phoenix. Phoenix, I think aggression for Phoenix is pretty fun. I'll put it in front of Valkyrie here. Nothing particular that I like a lot, but yeah, I think that she has a Thor set of 3, right? So you don't really need to like have extra Thor in your kit. She can just Thor a lot. She can read up with Utopia and stuff like that, and then just manage the Thor by herself. And then you can just burst for tons of damage whenever you're ready to unleash with her, where she gets 3 attack instead of having 3 Thor. And that's Wolverine. Wolverine's also a hero that I love to play in protection a lot. I think he goes there for me, right? Leadership pool. Yeah, yeah. Protection Wolverine, I think is the way to go. Not aggression. I like him with what doesn't kill me to write it back up and to get extra healing. I just want to buff that healing a lot with Wolverine. I think that's my favorite way to play him, just because he takes a lot of damage with his claws, where it's to take damage to do damage, and then I want to heal that back up. Next we have Storm here. Let me think. Pool, leadership, protection, justice, aggression. Probably leadership for Storm. I probably need to play her more, but I think just Uncanny X-Men is a solid build for her. We'll put her. We'll put her right here in front of Vision and behind Rocket Raccoon. Yeah, just playing her with Uncanny X-Men because her royal supports can impact the whole board. So you want to give all your allies +1 attack, and then you want to give all the enemies -1 attack whenever it's about to go over to the villain phase. I think that's fun to control the weather and then buff your allies and weaken the minions and the villain. And so I have Gambit. Gambit's a tough one because I like a lot of parts in his kit in every single aspect, but only certain parts of the kit, right? Just because like his Creole Charmer, he can only use as alternate action. So if I'm playing him in protection, I'm almost never using that. And then he has like defense events, but if you're playing him in like not protection, you just want allies. You get more value from allies just chump blocking anyways, right? Because you usually have to exhaust him to defend. I will put him. I think I actually like him in leadership the most. I'll put him behind Vision. And my favorite build with Gambit is using Suit Up to grab a rogue, his identity ally to your hand, because you have enough, charge counters on Gambit. Rogue is 0 cost, so you play a Suit Up, you get a free ally with a tough stats card, because Rogue has that tough stats card. And she has 2 Thor, 2 attack. Yeah, just very, very strong ally here. Works very well if you can recur her back to your hand with a Suit Up. Next we have the actual Rogue here, the Rogue Hero. What do I like Rogan? I need to play her a lot more. Leadership, protection, justice, or probably just aggression here. I'll put her in front of Phoenix. I think just having a quick, fun, short game with Rogue is the most fun way for me to play her. I don't want to like build out too much just because I feel like she has a little bit of struggle with that economy, but she has very good like immediate impact. So I want to just kind of end games quickly. So yeah, definitely aggression here for Rogue. And next up, Cable. Ooh, okay. Cable is easily gonna be Justice for me. I put him in front of Iron Man. Yeah, I mean Justice Cable is so fun. I mean he can include player side skins from any single aspect. But with your main cards, I like him with the Justice cards, specifically because of Chance Encounter. It's a Justice upgrade, 0 cost. You can attach to a side scheme, and then when you defeat the side scheme, you grab any ally from your deck or discard pile and add to your hand. So it tutors an ally. So Justice with Chance Encounter or Cable with Chance Encounter is tons of fun. Because you can like pretty much tutor allies, right? Because Cable's so good at clearing side schemes. So I definitely love Cable and Justice. Unless I have Domino, ooh, man. I think I like Domino and Pool, but then shouts to Nar Alum as one of my channel members. He's really put me on Domino Protection. Oh man, that's tough. It's a really tough one. I have grown to like Domino a lot more. I think I still like her more in Pool, right? Protection is fun with her too, though. I think I might just still leave her in Pool here. I'll put her behind Spider-Ham. I think that Domino's best thing is actually playing with a bunch of basic cards, right? Like with the Sharpshooter, the Digging Deeps, White Fox. I think Pool has good synergy with a just a touch of Pool with all those basic cards because you can help pay for them with the triple resources, right? Yeah, I feel like Domino works well in Pool, and I definitely like her in that the most. Next we have Psylocke. Psylocke, ooh, man. Probably Justice Psylocke is my favorite way to play her to help her flip down to get that alter ego hand sense of 6. I'll put her here behind Iron Man and in front of Groot. Next I have Angel. Angel and aggression, similar to a lot of the other aggression heroes. I like Angel for really just coming in, doing tons of damage, rushing the villain down and not really building out. These are heroes that I don't really like to build out with, so I think that they work better in aggression. Next, X-23. This is the easy one. X-23 Leadership is one of my favorite builds. I'm going to put her... Ooh. Let's put her in front or behind Star-Lord, guys. I'm going to put her behind Star-Lord. So I love Children of the Atom with X-23 and Uncanny X-Men because her identity-specific ally, Honey Badger, is an X-Men ally, but X-23 does not have the X-Men trait. So if you give her Children of the Atom, she will now gain the X-Men trait. And Honey Badger, you can recur it with Sisterhood. You know, each time Honey Badger is defeated, bring her back for only 1 cost, because she's only 1 cost with the Uncanny X-Men in play. And that's a really good way to get around X-23's obligation, because I don't like Voltron Honey Badger, because if I buff her up a lot and she gets discarded because of the obligation, which can never get removed from the game. So if Honey Badger gets discarded, all those upgrades are like now wasted and they're all gone. But if I just do an Uncanny build and just recur her a lot, I still get full value out of her, and I don't care if she's, you know, if she you know, dies or whatever, right? Like she's more disposable with the Uncanny build and Children of Atom. So I definitely like that build a lot with X23 to give her more readies from Honey Badger. Instead of Deadpool, I'm pretty simple. Just a pool aspect, very thematic for Deadpool. I think I'm put him. Oh man, I'm put him behind SPDR. I like the raids with her. I think she has just so many more raids than Spider-Ham. So I think that her in the pool aspect I like more than Spider-Ham, but I like them both. And in Deadpool, I mean, Deadpool is just really good in pool aspect with those triple resources because he has a recovery stat of 8, which is completely bonkers. Helps him heal back all the way up to full health in 1 recovery. So yeah, very good in pool aspect. And the triples, you know, work really well to help him pay for like the symbiote suit, which he definitely needs whenever you're playing with, or he doesn't need, but you know, I would prefer for Deadpool to have the symbiote suit. Next we have Bishop. Bishop I love a lot in Justice. We'll put him here behind Iron Man and in front of Psylocke. Just being able to flip down to trigger the temporary display to get that double resource. Any temporal card from discard pile to your hand is so powerful because you can pick which one you want. And I always almost pick the double resource. So yeah, Bishop's really fun in Justice for me. Next we have Maria Hill, who can include supports, shield supports from different aspects in her build whenever deck building for her. But I like her in Justice the most. I'll put her here behind Bishop because I want the feud agents when I'm building with her. And I also want Under Surveillance to help me be an alter ego for longer. Oh, yeah. And also Global Logistics, I think, is a really key card for Marie Hill to help just scry the encounter deck and be an alter ego and just do her thing in alter ego. So I think Justice is the way to go for Maria. Next, we have Jubilee here. Jubilee, you know, shout out to my Rush Hour deck with her and Nick Fury, just recurring him over and over again with that player assassin that she has in her deck. The shopping spree player assassin, which never goes away. So Jubilee, I like her in Justice. Yeah, let's put her in front of, around this area. Actually, I'll put her in front of Psylocke, actually, and behind Maria Hill. Next we have Nick Fury. Nick Fury, also just a classic Justice hero here. I'll put him in Justice, and I'll put him in front of Groot, behind Psylocke. I think that he's pretty fun in Justice, being able to mitigate more threat, right? Because I want always more threat mitigation with his stealth suit form, and Justice helps me provide that. I like playing foiled with Nick Fury. Next we have Magic. Man, I recently did a custom gameplay request. Shouts to Nara Antlers for that one, for Magic and Leadership, and I actually really like her in Leadership. Before that, I'll probably say Aggression, but Leadership Magic is pretty fun. Let's see where I put her. I mean, with just strength in numbers, drawing tons of cards, that's a pretty fun way to play her. I'm gonna put her around here. I'll put her behind Rock Raccoon and in front of Storm. So Iceman, man, Iceman's fun in every aspect. I should really like him in Justice. But I think Protection is so fun in multiplayer, and I've actually been liking Protection for him in solo as well. So I'm putting him in here in Protection. Just getting more readies with what doesn't kill me and the other protection stuff, and then being able to trigger the crowd connect perception, I think is really cool. And then get more frostbites, right? I actually like Iceman more than Wolverine. No, Colossus is gonna be first here. I'll put Iceman behind him, but I really like Iceman a lot in protection. Next we have Nightcrawler, also gonna be. Oh, I do like him in Justice. I do like a Justice Nightcrawler, either Justice or Protection for Nightcrawler. Protection is classic, but Justice, man, Justice is uniquely fun with Nightcrawler because his BAMs, you can grab that with his alter ego ability every single turn. It's kind of like adding a card to your hand. I do like him in Justice. I'm gonna put him here in Justice. I'm gonna put him around this area. Let's put him in front of Psylocke and behind Jubilee. I just like being able to flip down a lot and being able to trigger his alter ego ability to grab a BAM from your deck and add to your hand. I think that really makes his kit a lot more fluid by having easy access to BAMs from the deck, not just from the discard pile. And instead of Magneto, Magneto is another easy Justice ally for me. I love Magneto. Put him in front of Iron Man and behind Cable. I think global logistics is so fun with Magneto, especially in multiplayer where you play it and you actually look at your own player deck here to rearrange the order of cards that you want so that you can use magnetic pull to mill for a magnetic card and also, get whatever other cards that you want. I think that's very fun with Magneto to look at his own deck with global logistics here from the Justice aspect. Next we have Falcon. Oh wait, let's do this last because they have not released yet. But I'm gonna just anticipate what I think I'll like playing them in. Why do I have Marijo again? Sorry guys. Okay, this list. Sorry guys, I messed this up. Marijo and Nick are in here double, so we're gonna skip these guys and let's do Silk here. Silk. Oh man, leadership Silk. Protection Silk is so fun too, but I'm gonna put her in leadership. I think that just with the Moon Girl synergies stuff is really fun, and then being able to get Miguel O'Hara out for her is really fun as well. Just a bunch of web war shenanigans. I'll put her in leadership. Oh man, I think Cyclops leadership is a classic. We're gonna put Silk behind here just because I also really like Silk in protection, and Cyclops leadership is kind of my favorite way to play him, like by far. So I think Silk is just gonna go behind Cyclops here. Next we have Shuri Black Panther, and I love her Injustice. You guys know me, my Panther Tenacity deck. Using Tenacity with her is really fun. She's going to go around Iron Man Bishop here. Oh, this is tough. I don't know where I would put her. I'm going to put her in front of Tony, which I'm not sure I'm going to stick to that, but it could just be a hero recency bias, but I really like Shuri here, especially Injustice. She has synergy with Sonic Rifles because it's a tech card. She can grab that out. Yeah, Shuri is very fun in Injustice. And then we have the last two heroes is Winter Soldier and Falcon. These are two heroes that have not released yet. They are about to release in like a week or so. And I'm just going to guess which aspect I would like playing the most in. Falcon, his pre-con is leadership. His scrying, though, makes me want to kind of play him in Justice. So I'm going to anticipate myself liking him in Justice the most. And I have a feeling I'm going to like him more than Nick Fury. So I'm going to put him here. Entirely, just guessing there. And in Winter Soldier, I think I definitely am going to love him in aggression with all of his minion slaying stuff. I think it's too difficult for me to put him in front of Thor, especially not having played him because it hasn't come out yet. So I think Thor will keep that spot, but definitely Winter Soldier. I mean, I think I'm going to love this hero a lot. So yeah. All right, guys, this is my list here for what I think. Let me try to zoom in a little bit. Okay, there we go. So this is my list here for what I think are the best aspects for each hero. My favorite aggression hero is going to be Thor. Favorite justice is going to be Spider-Man, although I like him in leadership a lot. Favorite protection is actually Colossus here, who I actually originally hated in protection before Ready for a Fight came out. But with that easy access to Alter Ego, thanks to Ready for a Fight, Colossus jumps way up for me in protection. Cyclops, easy leadership pick here, and then She-Hulk is my favorite pull aspect hero. So yeah, all right. I hope you guys enjoy this list. Let me know down in the comments which heroes you agree with, which heroes you also like playing the same aspect as I do, and which heroes you like, you think I am completely off on, and that you actually prefer playing them in a different aspect. Let me know down in the comments, different builds that I should try. Some of these are a little bit weird, right? Because with Spider-Man, he's first here in Justice, but I like playing Spider-Man in leadership more than like any of these other leadership heroes here as well, right? So he'll also be first in leadership. He'll also be first here in protection. I actually like him a lot in aggression as well. So he'd be first here in aggression. So actually Spider-Man, I like him first here in pool. So like, it's weird. It's weird, right? Silk here is like first or second in leadership. But then like she'll probably go pretty high up in protection as well. But yeah, okay, let's just put Peter Parker back to the justice aspect. But yeah, okay, I hope you guys all enjoyed this one. Thank you guys so much for watching. And I'll see you guys all in the next video.